Hey guys, you probably got my postcard in the mail. My name is Baltazar Camacho. I am a top landlord listing agent specialist here in Austin, Texas. I've been in Austin 20 years. I've been in real estate for 15 years. I have several rentals of my own that I own in South Austin. And so what I do is I help landlords sell their property for the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort on their part. Okay? I rehab properties with my own money to get them ready to sell for you. Again, your house, I get it ready to sell with my own money. I use my lawn crew, my cleaning crew, and all my people to get it ready for sale, get it fixed up for you. And my goal is to get you 100% of the value of your property instead of you getting 60 to 70% from a buyer off market, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. I actually have 28 tenants of my own in my rental, so I'm really good at dealing with tenants if that's something we need to do as well. Today I wanted to show you the difference between selling to a cash offer in the mail, so let's call it postcard, or internet cash buyers, versus listing with a realtor like myself. And the math is very simple and it's very basic. I know a lot about these buyers because I was one of those buyers. I used to spend about $4,000 a month sending postcards in order to get good deals. And as you already know, because you own a rental in Austin, you get these all the time. They're gonna offer you, if you ever called them, about 70% of market value. And so that means if your house is worth $1 million, they are going to offer you around $700,000. And they're going to say it's no inspections, it's a quick close, it's cash, we can do it right away, there's nothing you have to do, you can even leave tenants in place, you don't have to fix it, you don't have to clean it, you don't have to do anything. I know that because again, this is what I did. It sounds okay, and in theory, if you needed to move to Mexico in a week, or if something happened where you just needed to sell really quickly, it might be okay. The problem is you do not have to. Even if you got a hoarder house. You got a hoarder house, if you got tenants you got to evict, if the house is half burned down, does not matter. And if you need to sell in 10 days, you still are going to be better off listing with a realtor. Because when you're negotiating with him, he sends you a postcard. He wants to be the only buyer, right? So he sends you a postcard, it's you and him. He's the buyer, you're the seller. When you throw it on the MLS, you're gonna get 100% of the market value. How do you know you're gonna get? That's that million, right? 100% of the market value is $1 million. Because there's 1,000 cash buyers on the MLS. So the day we throw it on the MLS, and we do use techniques to make sure that every investor sees it the day it goes on the MLS, the day you put it on the MLS with our keywords and our pricing strategies, you're going to get thousands of investors seeing the property. And out of those thousands, 10, 20, or 30 are going to live in that pocket where you're at or want to buy properties in that pocket where you're at. And they're going to compete against each other to buy your house. And what that does is something called price discovery. That actually tells you what the market price is for your property. That's the only way to really know. When all these investors start bidding against each other, we're going to get them in to see the property at the same time, then you get 100% of the market value. Now, you might say, yeah, but I got to pay realtors and closing costs, and that's correct. You're going to pay 6% in realtor fees, and you're going to pay around, over here, you're not going to pay closing costs, anything, that's part of the sales pitch, they're going to cover that for you. So you're actually going to get that $700, and they'll cover the fees. Again, I know because I've done it many times. Over here, you're going to pay 6% to your realtors, 3% on the buy side, 3% on the sell side, and then this is a high estimate, but let's call it 2% closing costs. Okay, so that's 8%, right? So 100 minus 8 is 92%. 92% or 70%. Easy math, right? 22% more if you list on the MLS. Now, if your house is worth $1 million, 22% more is $220,000 just to put it on the MLS. And if your house is worth the median in Austin, 500,000-ish, then it's about $110,000 more just to put it on the MLS. Remember, the MLS can also be a cash buyer. We can also put in there that we're going to close as it is. There's going to be no inspections. We need a 10 or 15 day close. I have sold properties on the MLS in 13 days to cash buyers. So you can do it really quickly with all the same benefits that this guy gives you, because this guy that sent you the postcard, he's also looking on the MLS. And so are 999 of his friends. And they're happy to buy with no inspections, with no appraisal, with a hoarder house, with bad tenants in place, half burned down, or if it just needs upgrades, doesn't matter. You just put it on the MLS and we'll get it done. I'll show you, I'll do my $1,000 rehab on it and get it ready for sale so that we can get the most amount of money in the least amount of time. And we put it on the MLS, and it does not have to be perfect. And if you enlist a regular agent, they might want you to rehab the whole thing, put in new granite countertops. We're not going to do any of that. What we're going to do is get you the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least effort on your part. And if you have a super nice mint condition house, you can click off this video. This is not going to be useful to you. If your house is super mint condition, don't sell to these guys, obviously. Put on the MLS as well, but you can use any agent. For a house in mint condition, it really doesn't matter who the agent is, as long as they use good pictures. But if your house needs some work, and if you're out of state, you're not there to kind of do showings, and you don't want to do all kinds of stuff, then someone like myself who has experience listing landlord properties would be excellent. So again, 92% versus 70%. What benefit do you get from this guy? Nothing. The MLS cash buyers will do everything they do as well. And this guy's on the MLS too, and he pays more. I bought cash on the MLS too, and when I buy for cash on the MLS, I pay more. That's just how it is, because I have to compete with other agents. So your best bet is to list on the MLS. Do not give away. What I want you to take from this, there's only really one thing I want you to take from this, is if you sell to the guy that sent you a postcard on the mail, you're literally giving away 22% of your equity. It probably took you a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades to build that equity. That equity is really valuable. If you got $1 million house and you sell to the postcard guy at 70%, you're giving away $220,000. And if you've got a $500,000 house and you sell to the postcard guy, you're giving away $110,000. That money could go to you, it could go to your kids, it can go to anything. And again, it doesn't matter how bad condition the house is, all that is irrelevant. It's the same thing, because it's the same cash buyers. The market value is the market value of the property as it is. And so what you want to do is let investors compete against each other. Again, if you're selling, you want there to be a lot of investors, a lot of buyers, right? So they compete against each other. The postcard guy, when he's buying, he wants to be the only one. But you're selling, so you want there to be a lot of buyers. And the MLS is the largest cash buyer pool on the planet, especially in Austin. So you want to list it on the MLS. Keep this equity in your pocket. Even after paying a realtor, this is what you get extra, okay? So keep that in mind. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, my name is Baltazar Camacho. I'm a top landlord listing agent here in Austin. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.